Hey, welcome back to the channel. Back with another video. I figured I'd do a installation video as well, since I've done a video for as removing the throttle body. So let's get to putting it back. And always match up your parts like I previous done. And we can do it again real fast. Just since we're here, make sure everything looks the same on your parts. And just kind of scan around and pan around everything and match everything up. And this is the right one. I looked at it, and let's proceed. This is from, this part is from A Premium. Ordered this off of Amazon, and they covered up the parts number on that side, but I think that's what it is right there. So not quite sure, but hopefully it is. Looks like a parts number, so let's proceed. And it comes with a new rubber gasket for your intake there. So let's go ahead and proceed on taking that out. So I usually use like a little pick or something like this. Just kind of dig around it and pull. Should be able to grab it from there and pull it straight up. And we'll get our new one. Got it. Let's put it back into position. Just kind of working around in a circle until you get it all the way back in there flush. It's going to stick out a little bit. That way it'll seal up against the throttle body. But since it comes with a new one, we're going to change it, so that's great. So let's put this over here with the old part. Alright. Let's proceed to the next step, which is installing the throttle body itself. Alright. So, where's that connector piece? It is right there. Alright, hold on, I need to get something else for my hands real quick. Be right back, give me a second. Alright, so we back. Let's go ahead and start working this guy in behind the bracket there. And be careful not to hit your gasket. And just kind of wiggle it like you got it in until you get it in position. I'm hoping I don't have to remove this guy. Let's see if I can get it over in there. So let me see if I can swing this under a little different. And if I can't, I'll end up backing this all the way up. I don't know why it's loose already, unless somebody tried to attempt this before it got to me. But let's see if we can get it on there. We're having a little bit of an issue. Let's go ahead and back that bolt up. So it looks like a 15. Let's verify that. Might be a 14 millimeter. Yeah, we need to back that up. See if it's a 14. And if it's not, it is a 13 or a 12. Yep, just don't want to mess up our gasket or anything. And it is a 13, so let's just back her on up. There we go. Just back her on up. A lot of people don't do the put back videos, so I figured I'd do one. Alright, that should be loose enough there to get her in there now. It'll block it in a little bit. So, since we have that blockage issue, let me try to back it up some more. And I'll be right back after we get the bolts started. Alright, so we're back. So I just wanted to show and get a little closer that this bracket right here, this guy, let's see. Yeah, this bracket right here, you're gonna have to back this bolt up. You can take it all the way out if you want to, but in my case, I didn't take it all the way out. And now you got pegs that you need to set your throttle body on while you're in here. It's a peg up at the top there on the left, and I think there's one underneath. Can't really see it right now, but yeah, line that up. You'll feel it kind of rock in place. So I'll see if I can do that and get some light on the subject. Get it up on the peg. Just kind of wiggle it. And make sure you get your bracket out the way. All right, wiggle him, got him in position. All right, so now we got that in position, we're gonna go ahead and start putting our screws back in. But yeah, a lot of people don't do the reinstallation on the videos, so let's go. Move my bolts over here. There we go. One up here. Man, let me get my light again because I'm moving stuff. I need to see a little better. Let's do that one there. And I'm just gonna get this started. Make sure I know very good. And yes, we are. So I'm just gonna hand tighten one of them and start working my way around, hand tighten them all. A few threads, make sure and kind of tug on it, make sure it's in there good. So yeah, let me do a reinstallation video. Alright, so what I'm going to do is after I get this last one in, I'm going to scoop my bracket back and start screwing it in. See if I get a few threads on this guy. And we do. Alright, so now we got that in its place. Let's start tightening up that 14 millimeter that we had to back up this guy right here. Start moving him back, tighten him up. Actually, before we even do that, let me just tighten these guys up. That way they'll sit on the bracket and it'll pull it in as well. So that makes sense. So let's do that. That way it'll pull the bracket back. And let's get these tins going on. I'll go with a 12.10 just to help me get it in a little quicker. Let's just work our way on around. Actually, let me go in with a stubby because it's a real tight spot. So let's just get in there with a stubby. You might be able to hand tighten that a little bit too. Yeah, let's just hand tighten as much as we can. Okay. And I usually go in a star pattern, so that way you make sure everything's scooted back the way it should be. And I'm just gripping it and just pushing it with my hand. And that's pushing back that bracket as well. Keep this a little back. Alright. And this keeps you from mashing one side of your gasket more than the other. Alright, all snug there. Shrink this guy some. Okay, we got that connected. And we got that one connected. Got a couple more to connect. 1 and 2 down here. So everything's connected. Just want to make sure they're tight. Don't over tighten them. You don't want to break them. So we got those in there. Got the throttle body in there. Now we can start putting everything else back. Don't forget your connector here. And let's get that 14mm back tight. Well, 13mm I do believe it was. Yep, 13mm. I had mistaken before, but I corrected myself earlier. So I'm hand tightening this guy as much as I can. Let's get a little closer to the pit down in there. So that's that bolt right there. Let's continue. And it don't have to be super tight, just tight enough. Let's put a connector back for the throttle body. Snaps right in. Give it a little tug. You don't hear it click, just kind of mess with it. Make sure it doesn't come back out. Alright, I felt the tabs pop out. Right, now it's time for our intake to go back in. Let's move this up and out the way. Alright, remember your sensor goes up at the top. And let's feed her back down to this wire harness. Might be able to do it at the same time. Let's see. Get her on there. Start wiggling. There we go. Should roll there all the way around. And if you're not, you have a line up notch down there where it lines up against as far as your hose. So let me open this a little more. But yeah, it's a notch right here that lines up on your throttle body. When you put it on, it'll connect on there like that. So, yep. We're gonna open this up a little more. And sometimes when they're real rough, I'll put a little lubricant and use a little bit of this oil from the whole throttle body, just so it'll slide on there pretty smooth. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just a little lube. So a little bit of oil like that. Slide her back on. Hopefully I backed her up far enough. Let's get our notch set. Just wiggle it up. There we go. That was very nice. All right, so we're gonna tighten this down. Let's go ahead and connect our connector wire harness back to this. It's kind of hard to see sometimes. So let's move this over here. And let's snap her back in. There we go. Now let's proceed to tightening up this guy at the bottom. And this is just for those who need a little assistance to put stuff back. You know, it doesn't hurt versus watching it in reverse. All right. Let's see what I can get. Probably gonna hand tighten it first with the, yeah, let's use an extension as well. Hand tighten it first. So just a tedious area. Alright, got that tight enough. Let's get our ratchet. And let's get her tight. But yeah, this ratchet helps out a lot more than the flathead, especially if you need a certain size flathead. And just take your time ratcheting it, otherwise you're gonna keep slipping off. So just take your time. I just want it tight enough to stop, and that'll be out. Alright, so we got that guy in. That should be tight enough. Let's give him some wiggles and pulls. And that's not coming off of there. Give it a couple more spins just to be for sure. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so everything's connected back down there. So let's come over here and hook up our upper hose after we flip it back over. So let's remove our bungee just like so, and we're gonna lift, protect your connector, and just like that. There we go. Let's push this back on up. Same thing as the bottom, has a little lever right there. Line it back up. Let's see what we're binding on a little bit. Should be nothing. Oh, need to back it up some more. Alright, let's get her to slide on nice for us. And give it some twist and push. There we go. Not too tight because it's plastic, and we just want it to stop and sit there. Alright, now let's connect our connector back. Our map sensor, mass airflow. And push your lock back. There we go. Got everything done. Let's put our 10mm back for our radiator hose over here. And we're just going to hand tighten this and tighten her on down with the 10mm. Get a little extension. Just tight enough. All right, everything's back. All we gotta do is put our battery back in. And let's move everything out of the way that we don't need. So got everything back. Let's set our battery back in. Alrighty. And we're going to cock these to the side a little bit so we don't mess up our wires. There we go. And just start working it down. And don't forget to go under your battery lip. Let's get this in there a little better. There we go. And we got it on our lip. Yep. So you got a little lip down here for your battery. Yep, so make sure it's under that. And we can proceed to tighten that. That's a 13mm. Let's get my heavy duty guy. I know, light, I know. And let's put a little PB blaster on there. Slide that squeak down and make it go in a little easier for us. There we go. Hopefully she is going down now. We're getting there. It's a little tight, so let me use my lock. And that is in there. All right. Crank up the battery a little bit. Where we got our PB blaster at. Alright, new light. Could have made this video faster as far as pausing and all that stuff, but a lot of people like to see the full video of the work. So after you do that, let's connect these terminals back, negative, positive. Let's get them on there. That's good, that's good. And you want to kind of position them to where you can get to them when you need to remove your battery again. So, might be too long, and this should be good enough. All right, let's tighten them on down. All right. All right, so those are tight. Give them a little wiggle, make sure they're not moving. All right, so now everything's back together. Last piece be your battery intake breather. Guess it cools off the PC and some other stuff. Yeah, the ECU. All right, that doesn't really snap in or anything. You just want to kind of set your pins and just twist them like that. Okay. Oh, a piece of that glove will just be in there. No, let's get it out. There we go. All right, so now that we got it all put back together, this is the process. Next thing would be to do to start the car, and if you have any codes, go ahead and clear them out. But yeah, this is the put back 2015 Jeep Compass 2.4 liter. Chris, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, I'm out.